Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another capsule series selection. Today, I want to dive into a certain bracket or lexicon of fragrances that I deem to be somewhat obscure in most people's mind, including myself in this journey, and also some things that we know have solidified our minds and thoughts on what these particular fragrances smell like. So today, I want to dive into the lexicon of golden and gray ambers. These are fragrances that can come off salinic and salty and also thick, resinous, and sweet, depending on what type of amber you're picking. So today, as we sip on Uncle Nearest 1884 and enjoy our beverage, as well as enjoy our scent of the day, which is Cartier's masterpiece, Oud and Amber. Let's dive right into this connoisseur's conversation and see what we have. If this sounds like the type of content you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through an understanding of different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. Today we're going to dive right into some beautiful gray and golden amber fragrances. Just something to get your knowledge base up, just as this journey has given me some insight into these fragrances and how they come off. And exploring these genre of fragrances have given quite a bit of insight and have captured me in the artistry of these particular scents. So first off, we're going to get into a gray amber fragrance that goes by the name of Mandala. This fragrance is from the house of Mosque Milano, which is an Italian perfume house. And this is a very robust, smoky, just resinous, smoky, woody, incensey vibe type of ambergris fragrance. This fragrance used the tincture of ambergris, which is a very, very authentic smelling ambergris with a very ethereal, light-wearing incense to it, but also has these green facets of the galbanum and angelica with a nice nuance of cinnamon and cistus. So it comes off very, very ethereal, very sophisticated scent, very artistic in the way it's performing on the skin, the way it comes off. This is not a sexy scent. This is not that type of vibe. This is a vibe when you want to feel austere. It's kind of, you want to go in the area of wearing a office-based scent like a fougere, but don't want to often wear that fragrance. You want to step out of line, step out of bounds. This is the type of scent that takes you and captures you as a personality type when you want to wear a scent like that, but you want to wear something different. Ambergris is one of the biggest components of this particular scent. It's sweetened with sweet myrrh and sandalwood with a nice oak moss base. As I stated, some resinous feels and some spicy feels from cinnamon and nutmeg. A great scent from Mosque Milano. Very, very artistic, very, very heavy in the ambergris, gray amber. Great scent overall. Next up, we're going to go with Amber Absolutely from the house of Fort and Manley. They have come out with a new bottle design. This is the old bottle and design from, I believe, 2016 when I first picked this up. And when you hear about this particular scent, this is a scent that is a very thick, lush, just warming and cozy based fragrance on the golden amber accords. Very, very beautiful the way this is made. This was very early in my journey. This is one of my top 10 scents. It has not fell into a place. I'd say some things have come in and been more interesting to me, but when it comes to a beautiful, beautiful scent, this is one that is very, very much so in my golden bracket, if you want to do like that. This scent, the guy Rasasi Fort is a great, great perfumer. I don't think he gets enough accolades because I don't think he does a lot of fragrances for another fragrance house other than Fort and Manley and his own Fort line, I believe it is, or Rasasi line, or Rasai. But all in all, this plum, rose, golden ambergris fragrance with nice thick labdanum and benzoin, kind of musky with a vetiver touch to it. The plum in this is what excites you off that golden amber, makes this very, very sexy and appealing as a golden amber based fragrance. And that is Amber Absolutely from the house of Fort and Manley. Great, great scent. I think anybody, even the new, I have smelled the new actual, I don't know, I don't think it's reformulated. I just think they repackaged it. So the newer ones are absolutely phenomenal. So get your nose on this particular scent. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have up next here for gray and golden ambers. These are two fragrances. One is a very exclusive house, very niche indie house. And this is from the house of matriarch. And this is Orca. And Orca is a true ambergris fragrance. Just as the previous one, this is a tincture of ambergris, real ocean ambergris that she's used, a 2015, just a block of ambergris. She showcased this in the YouTube video that has since been pulled down, but she showed the block of ambergris that she used to tincture this. And this is one of those salty, sandy, sea-like fragrances that she has some very nuanced fragrances and fragrance notes in this one, like spikenard, cistus. She really did a great job when it comes to very much so elevating the note of ambergris. It's slightly animalic, very sweet, very warm and cozy, but it's a great scent when it comes to using the tincture of ambergris. The gray amber in this is very nicely done. Very nicely done. And I very much so, I want to use this fragrance more often, but you can never replace this one because of the ambergris that she used. So I very much will hold it to keep it in my collection, in my library, to make sure I have it for as long as possible. But this is a great scent. Picked up maybe about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, from the house of matriarch, Orca. A great amber scent. Beautifully done. And then next up, as a golden amber, as the adverse and contrary, you don't even have to introduce this fragrance, really. This is the fragrance Amber Sultan, and this is just one of the most beautiful amber fragrances. This is actually one of the fragrances that introduced me very early off into amber-based fragrances, because amber fragrances were kind of on my list to try and affirm what they were when I was smelling. And this, I would say, as a amber dominant fragrance, this was one of the ones early on, very early on, that I picked up on and said, oh, that's what amber does. And then also Tom Ford's Amber Absolute, which I tore through a bottle of that, not knowing that would be discontinued. This is a very much so, in that it encompasses the same vibe, the same volume of amber, the same nuances. So when you're looking for Absolutely or Amber Absolute, you can kind of pick this one up. And I hear that these are actually being pulled from shelves too, so you might want to pick this one up if you have a chance. But Amber Sultan is a very nicely done, sweet, thick, golden amber, smoky, resinous, very sexy as well. This could be a great date night fragrance. This could be a beautiful evening fragrance. One that can be in your collection for, I would say, this flacon has to be right now, unless they've taken up the market and people are charging an arm and a leg. This one has got to be under $110 right now. Very good golden amber, sweet amber fragrance that I think anyone should get their nose on. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have next up is two fragrances that are just great, velvety smooth fragrances with versatility and sex appeal to match. To me, so this one here is Amber Aquilaria from the house of Addictiveness. Extrait de Perfume. This is a very sensual fragrance done by Julian Rasquinet. Dominant in the ambergris and cognac accords. It comes off so well. This one is one I was very surprised. Not surprised in the way that you say, damn, I didn't think it would, but very surprised in how many compliments this particular scent garnered when I wore it throughout the wintertime last year. And I can't wait to put this one back on my skin this year. Like I said, the Amber Aquilaria, a little bit of a oud base to it, a nice vibe of opening with orange and cinnamon notes, slightly green from a geranium and jasmine floral accords. The rose comes into this at the heart notes. Cognac is a heart note, but it opens very much so and stays in the whole evolution of the fragrance. And of course, ambergris and oud with a nice bourbon vanilla in the base of this one. The great amber in this one is a very top-notch ambergris notes, along with that oud note. Gives it a slight bit animatic touch. Nothing very over top. Very smooth cognac fragrance that touches in the realm of something like a Creation E to come off as a very subdued, relaxed, casual scent that can be elevated to a nice, sensual, sexy fragrance as well. And that is Amber Aquilaria from the House of Addictiveness. And then next up for the Golden Amber, we have none other than the Khalees Becker made, Kilian produced Amber Oud, which is a discontinued fragrance. So I'm sorry I have to put this on the list for you guys, but I would like you to know if you can find it, grab it. This is Oud Amber, nice spices, vanilla, a nice hint of benzoin and cedar. Excuse me. Beautiful, 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 top-notch golden amber fragrance. And this, yes, this is a top 10 fragrance for ambers for me. I would not be happy if I did not have this particular scent in my collection. It just is great, great, great amber-based fragrance. I also smell a greenness in this one that almost comes off like a bay leaf. The databases, I believe they don't show that. I can't remember it all if it does or does not, but the bay leaf is like an oily green texture, but nothing phenolic or andolic to this particular one. The bay leaf gives it this extra elevated texture that's a floating nuance, like a veil over all the sweetness. Slightly green, but very, very gorgeous in the way it wears. Like I said, oriental, woody, sweet, sexy, resinous golden amber for this one. And that is by Kilian's Musk, or Amber Oud, I'm sorry, done by Khalees Becker. And so, ladies and gentlemen, last on this list, I wanted to put together a scent for you guys to basically really show what the gray amber and the golden amber can do. So in my honest opinion, there's a fragrance on the market right now by the House of Zerof called 40 Knots. The notes never get publicized or published in any way, shape, or form from the House of Zerof. So we have to kind of guesswork what this fragrance is and how it goes off. And if you've been around fragrances long enough, you can pick up certain vibes of fragrances and know what you feel and see in the workings of the magic of the perfumer and how they put it together. And so for me, this particular scent is the best of both worlds. To me, this is a very salinic, woody, just phenomenal hay, honey-like, and golden amber with a damn good dominant note of ambergris. Very, very beautiful scent. Like I said, the best of both worlds when it comes to the gray and golden amber, in my opinion. You won't see any database that shows that, but like I said, it's not publicized, so it's all guesswork. But you do get some of the very beautiful accords that come with each and every one that I've listed for you today. But you get both sides of each nuance. You get that gray, salinic amber, gray amber that just comes off very salinic, very austere, sometimes powdery, very, very texturized nuance of saltiness and that velvety, smooth, oily texture of the golden amber with sweet and thickness to it. That's how this particular fragrance comes off, in my honest opinion, and that's why it's on this list as the only standing fragrance for me that has both ambers, that stands toe-to-toe with each and every amber fragrance that I put it next to. And I put a dent in this 100ml bottle. I particularly love this scent, man. I know a lot of you guys out there have this scent. I know I've got feedback to people that just love this particular scent and what it gives as a vibe. So that is 40 Knots, Join the Club collection by the House of Zerof. And that is the only standing one that has the nuances that I feel are golden and gray amber. And a great, great scent. So all in all, guys, that's my video for today. I hope that you got something educational and entertaining to go out this particular video. And if you did, all that I ask is that you hit the like button, subscribe button, share this out with some friends. Let them know that we here to Dry Down are building a fantastic family and a fantastic channel where we as enthusiasts are climbing to the top to show these guys what it is to get the facets, nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. And until next video, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you there. Caveat: sipping on Uncle Nearest 1884. If I hadn't stated that, a great drink to drink neat, beautiful fragrances, great drink, and I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a good one. Time to spray up.